I gotta leave the town to get the quest, right?
It appears to already be on the map.
Oh, then why am I wasting
It's a big
my time?
diamond.
Oh, it's right there. Okay.
Yeah.
I know it's our job and all, but these resistance types sure do use and abuse us, don't they? It's like they see us as a couple of gophers or something.
No complaining about your work. Exchanging information with the Resistance is a vital part of our mission. Besides, being a gopher is safer than being locked in combat all the time. Not dying beats dying any day.
Yeah, that's true.
He says, as you're locked in combat.
Yeah, just fighting these robots.
We're just running errands, which also requires you to kill all the robots.
Remember, this is one that just activates right away. Do I have to drop down?
Yeah. You go through the tube.
This tube?
Do you see a hole?
No. Oh, it's
probably
I remember now. It's we already went down there. It's the beach.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember.
I think it's the tube is actually right there.
Oh, okay.
See if you can find some pure water while you're down there.
Right?
If you get like 3 more, you essentially get like a 50% boost to Pod's machine gun.
Which is great.
Or maybe it's only like 20%, but like it's still huge.
I mean, it's small numbers, but those small numbers are constantly hitting.
Yeah, it's small numbers at like 15 per second.
Yeah. Weird if it was big numbers.
Yeah, basically your attack will jump from like 10 damage per shot to, hey, we're getting a cutscene.
A new one.
Yes. Loading. Still loading. So I've been playing Death's Gambit, and being a big magic coward.
Why must
is
we
the
read
best.
all these books, brother?
Oh, it's these two again.
Knowledge expands horizons and enriches existence.
But can't we just transfer all this data over instantly?
Into
Why
your
are you
head,
reading
perhaps,
books?
but not to your heart.
I guess. Hey, so...
Yes?
my name? Eve? This book says it's a woman's
I was wondering
name.
if they're going to acknowledge
Shouldn't
that.
we be called Cain and Abel or something instead?
Humans wouldn't change names so easily. Besides, you should be proud of the name Eve.
Huh. Well, if that's what you think, then I'm fine with it.
Glad to hear it.
Whatever you say, Oni-chan.
Is there something else?
After we're done reading, can we go out and play?
All Eve
I'm
wants
sure
to do
it'll
is
be
play.
tons of
Yeah,
fun.
man.
All right, but only after we're finished.
Why is
You
Adam
mean
the
it?
responsible one?
Then I'm gonna try
I guess
extra hard to finish
He's the one who
this.
ate the apple.
Extra, extra hard.
You do that.
You hear that? It's getting extra hard for him. I'm going to go play. So, I remember the last time I was here, you were playing Death's Gambit, Magic, big scary mage.
Yes,
Big cowardly
you
mage.
can. You can. It's Dark Souls, but if the mage was instead of nerfed into uselessness, incredibly overpowered and easy to play, and it's definitely the way to go.
To be fair, Dark Souls 2, the mage was super overpowered until...
Yeah,
they
but I mean,
patched
this
it
is
out.
more overpowered.
Yeah.
It's like in Dark Souls 2, the thing that was overpowered only had like you could bring like 10 shots with you.
That's
and
true.
you'd use it on big things.
The
in
bedrock
this
here
game,
was
it's the
bombed
basic
out in the
attack.
last war. Looks
Yeah, I
like
still
the whole
remember
city
showing
is
up the
starting to
dragon
sink
fight
as a
with
result.
this really powerful spell.
The
and
double
two-
soul geyser.
Yeah, and double and 2 hitting the boss. That was a good day.
Yeah. But yeah, just having a ranged basic attack is amazing. And it's a magical shotgun, so it still benefits you to get in close.
Yeah.
So it's not like cheating. It's just really strong.
Is that what we need to
We have
protect?
found
Also-
no pure water.
Also, you got
Let's take them out already so I can
it's
be home in
like,
time for dinner and a bath.
Androids
the
don't
mage
need to
in
bathe.
Death's Gambit is
As long
like,
as you perform regular
Magica.
cleaning and
Have you ever
maintenance,
played that?
bathing is unnecessary.
Yeah, but come on,
like,
2B. It still
get
feels
the elements
good.
floating around you, and then depending on what you do, it gives you different spells.
Am I supposed to kill this guy?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why he has a big fucking.
He didn't have it
kill
right
me
away,
over
and I
his
was
head.
just kind of like dancing around him, waiting for him to
Yeah,
finish
you're supposed to
talking.
clear the area so that the ship can land and they can offload supplies.
That makes sense. That was a
Or actually, they were going to pick up these missiles. That's what it was. They're taking these missiles to go somewhere else. And I'm sure nothing will go wrong with that plan.
Nothing bad will ever happen again.
Gotta kill the robots. But yeah, so yeah, the Mage in Death's Gambit. Like everybody has special moves in
I
Death's
think
Gambit.
that's the last of the
but the
machines.
Mage's special moves is like, I queued up fire, and now fire is floating around me.
2B,
Or I queue up
9S,
lightning, and
come
lightning's
in.
floating around
Commander?
me. And if I combine
Emergency
fire
orders
and
incoming.
lightning,
The carrier
that's a
ship
different
that was sent
attack.
to resupply
Okay.
has
Either
come
one
under
alone,
attack.
or double
Yeah,
We
like
are
attack.
currently
Magicka.
being engaged
Yeah,
by
it's
a swarm
just
of
like
machines.
Magicka, only
I've
in a
asked all
side-scrolling
your
Dark
troops in
Souls.
the city ruins for assistance.
I'll try it. It
and
does
I'll
sound
need
like a
you
lot
to
of fun.
provide backup as well. I'm sending
Try
flight
that
units
thing with
and
the giant
coordinates
scythe
now.
and just go
Good luck.
crazy.
Out.
Yeah, the scythe is good.
So
You see?
Disenchanted came out.
Total slave driver.
I don't know what that
If she
is.
didn't
the
order
new
others
Matt Groening
around, what
show?
kind of leader would she be?
Oh, okay.
If you say so.
I haven't watched it yet, but the few reviews I've read online are not good.
All right.
Apparently, it starts out really slow. Some people are saying it kind of gets better. I have to watch it because I fucking love Futurama.
Yeah, I never trust people when they say things start out slow. Because I was watching an anime review on SourceFed when they used to do that.
Yep.
Well, when SourceFed used to exist as well. And
Source something? Oh yeah, Source
yeah,
gone.
SourceFed's gone. Yeah, they were talking about Samurai Champloo, and one of the guys was like, "Yeah, it starts out really slow. It's weird." And I paused the episode because it was on Netflix at the time. So I went and watched the first episode on Netflix. In like the first 5 minutes, 6 people get killed with a sword, like in sword fights. And I'm like, it starts out slow. What are you talking about? What is your definition of fast? I think it starts out with 2 different people starting 2 different fights for different reasons and killing everyone.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's a good anime.
Maybe his definition of slow was he was looking for some sort of romance, and there was no romantic development in the first 5 minutes instead, and the
Yeah.
death didn't count for speed.
I mean, the girl...
If we don't see 3 people
you
having
see, he
sex in
didn't-
5 minutes, it's a slow episode.
What, is this Game of Thrones?
Right? Death and
Don't forget
sex.
you got missiles, too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and your
No,
melee
that's
attack
okay.
will clear out the dark ones.
Good job, Dylan. Just wasted my missiles immediately at
Yeah.
nothing. I couldn't remember what the buttons were.
Yeah. Alright. This is fine.
Attention, this is Carrier Blue
Yeah.
Ridge 2. Requesting support
have a
from any
air
friendly
carrier.
units in range.
Yeah, because it's the only thing
We've
big
come
enough
under
to
heavy
carry
fire from
a
the enemy.
giant missile.
Our escort ship has taken damage and is unable to
Roger.
engage. We're currently
the missile
resisting
on
with
the
all
planet,
remaining
though, and
support
not in
fighters,
space.
but we can't hold them off for long.
Huh? Because they built it down here.
I repeat,
You
this
ever
is
tried to
Carrier
build a
Blue
missile in
Ridge 2.
space?
Probably
We need
should be
immediate
enough gravity
backup
over
from any
here.
available
Yeah, but I mean,
android
you gotta
forces.
get all the materials up there.
Oh, yeah.
Which means you have to worry a lot more about gravity. That's why sci-fi loves the space elevator, because it solves that problem.
Space elevator is a weird concept, though, because
Yeah.
like you have to take into consideration that the moon rotates around the planet too. It's not
What?
just fixed in place.
Well, no, a space elevator doesn't go to the moon.
No, but sometimes sometimes it's the space elevator to a station, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the space elevator to the moon.
Yeah, no, that's stupid. I
Exactly.
don't even know what
Picking
would
up a
do that.
large-scale enemy in.
I've
no,
seen
it's
multiple
a- yeah,
sci-fi
like
go
southwest
space
of us.
elevator to the moon, and I go,
the-
why?
like,
That makes no
space
sense.
elevator to the International Space Station.
Yes.
Geosynchronous. And so you go up, or just like a midway station.
Yeah.
And anyway, so you just lift the supplies slowly and steadily, but then they get up there with minimal power.
Yes.
Because you don't need to expend massive amounts of thrusters.
Yeah.
And it's way more efficient. It's just you can't make a structure that tall. A structure that tall is very difficult to make, and no one's cracked that yet. Or maybe they cracked it, but the resources
Enemy
are
aerial
just too
unit
insane
destroyed.
or something.
Reverting back
I mean,
to
it would
area
take an
recon.
immense amount of
Wait,
resources.
I'm still
Plus,
picking
you'd
up a
have to
large
worry
enemy
about
threat.
air
Didn't I
traffic. You'd
kill
have to
them
worry
already?
about.
Well, I mean, but you worry about air traffic.
If
for
it's
everything.
that big, we should be able to
Yeah.
see it.
But I was just going to say, like, anything in space could be an issue. And then other nations are also a problem. This is a big one. Look at them.
Yeah.
Well,
Other
that's
nations
new.
are always a problem. That's why Canada should rule the world.
Clearly.
There's a song about it by the Arrogant Worms.
Really?
Yes. It goes like, when Canada rules the world, we will tell them what to
Is
do,
that
and if
a
they say they
machine?
won't, we'll ask again politely.
It's freaking
And then if they still
huge.
don't, we'll say, that's okay, we don't mean to pry, perhaps we could reach some sort of compromise. And then it just goes into the chorus of when Canada rules the world.
I don't know if Canada should rule the world, but there's actually a thing with the UN right now
Crap.
where
It's blocking
they're trying to
close-range
figure
attacks
who's
with
going to
EMP
lead the UN,
blasts.
right?
We've got to find
And
another way to
everyone,
damage it.
or for the most part, a large portion of the UN is like,
Well, yeah, it's
Germany
just-
should actually be ruling
Operator
because
210
they're
to
actually
9S.
the
Command
they're
has
leading
decided
in a
to
lot
stage
of
a
things.
direct
well, it's
satellite
just they're
laser
super
strike on the
stable,
hostile.
and they're like
We
one
need
of the
you to
most
destroy
stable
the enemy
countries in Europe
EMP
right
generator
now.
so we
Exactly.
can lock
And
onto
it's
the
like-
target. EMP
But
generator?
you don't exactly
Sending the
want to
coordinates to your map
just do
now.
whatever the Germans tell you, because that didn't go so
Yeah.
well.
Well, and that's why the Germans are actually
But it's-
stepping back, going, maybe we shouldn't be in
Yeah, and they're
charge
like
here,
they're
guys."
into it too. Yeah, they're like,
They're
but
like,
yeah, it's like,
"We'd
but
to,
like
but-"
UN is the UN itself is more like just a taking turns sort of thing.
Yeah.
Except for the permanent members of the Security Council, which have a stupid veto, and that includes China and Russia. So how are anyone ever going to do anything in the Security Council if they
Right.
can just veto it? Like, I agree with permanent members. I don't agree with the veto.
Yeah, the
Like,
veto's kinda-
like if they were
Obtained
always
from
there,
command.
that's fine. The
Go
five
ahead.
Yeah,
main
if it's
countries.
always a vote,
It's
but
record
if
of
one of
this
them
machine
gets
line
veto at any time,
is a lone
it's like,
sighting.
Yeah,
320
especially
years
one
ago.
of those people is
Upon
Russia.
reaching land,
Yeah.
the unit
And
unleashed
China,
a
who
devastating
are
electromagnetic
very
wave attack.
isolated.
resistance
Like
fighters in the
they're
vicinity
very
were
isolated.
annihilated.
They're very
So basically, if
words.
this thing reaches
yeah,
land,
like
we're screwed.
like isolated is the word I keep going to, but it's not quite right. It's they're independent, I guess. Like they don't play into world politics as much. They're sort of doing their own thing.
Yeah. And they'll just
like
veto
they
anything that
play
doesn't
into
benefit
world politics at the times when they take over the world.
Yeah. When economically everything belongs to them. Rail shooters.
And hacking.
I don't know.
They put a big X over your hacking. Also, this isn't a rail shooter. More of just a... Actually, it's more of a shmup, I guess. But with, like, cool dynamic... I have never seen that attack. What does it do? Just shield walls. That's weird.
Confirmed elimination of electromagnetic interference. Stand by
But yeah, I
for
had a game
incoming
for
satellite
PS1
laser strike.
that was like this the whole time. Like you were a ship on a screen, and then the background was like a movie playing, and
Yeah.
you were going through the movie shooting the enemies and stuff.
Okay.
And it was really cool. It was like for
Oh, come
PS1 era,
on!
it was really cool
It's
because it
got
was like
an
an FMV.
electromagnetic barrier
so it was,
over its whole
It
body.
was just like video, like a movie someone made.
I mean,
And
isn't
then
that
the
kinda
enemies
what
got put
Starbucks
onto
does?
it, and no.
Having trouble
Oh no,
over
Starbucks
there?
has stuff you have to dodge too.
Yeah,
Are you
Star
Yorha?
Fox just has. Well, this had stuff you had to dodge too,
Hunter
like you'd
Squadron
swoop,
deploying
like
out of
in
North
and around
12C
obstacles and
Defense
stuff.
HQ.
And if the
I'm the
obstacle
commanding officer,
like hit
4B.
the camera, you
Don't
couldn't
worry,
be in that
we'll
part
take
of
it
the
from
screen.
here.
Like it worked really well. It was. I don't remember what
2B,
it's called.
let's leave this area to the
Remember that,
reinforcements. I have an
N64
idea.
Game we used to play at my place
You and I
that
should
was
meet up at the
a
spot I just
single,
marked.
like, ship that flew, and each player could have a reticle on the screen and just aim guns and fire.
We've got
It was-
mortars
it
lining the
was a rail
shoreline
shooter.
here. All the EMP
Something
shielding in the
edge or
world
something
won't help
blade.
against close-range mortar fire.
Got it.
I don't
I'll help aid.
recall. I'd know it if I saw it.
Oh yeah, isn't
Yeah, so she's shooting the gun, you're hacking it, and assisting with aim. Wow, it just fucking piled
Cornered
onto
me.
your corner.
yeah? Just put me in the corner.
So yeah, you're
This thing's
assisting with
armor is
the
too
aim
thick.
by hacking it.
We need more firepower.
2B, let's try for a more direct approach.
Direct? Oh, right.
That's right. Lay down some fire in its stupid mouth.
I'll hack
Ow.
it. Ow.
What? This gun's kicking my ass.
I guess I had to do something while she was shooting.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's back. Do it. Funny looking robot.
Yeah, man.
Oh no.
2B!
It's an EMP wave.
We gotta bail, 2B.
And
This is
Firing
bad.
main emp. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Are you alright, 2B?
Why did they not get affected? Also, why does Pascal have a single ship and can hold up 2B, but it took
That
3 to hold up
enormous
9S?
machine is an
Because he's
ancient
big and
weapon.
strong.
It was designed to help annihilate the androids, but it wound up going out of control. I was part of the machine's network when it happened, so I remember it. The moment
You
it
built
reached
it?
land, it went berserk and began attacking everything in sight. No one could figure out how to stop it. We eventually marooned it deep in the ocean, but it seems to be searching for a way back.
I mean, you could just walk in a straight line, eventually it'll get back.
Yeah.
Hey,
Pretty
2B,
big.
I think I have another
It's a-
idea.
it's a robot.
You keep that
Presumably
thing right
would
where
be
it
the
is,
first
okay?
idea.
What?
Please, 2B, this is gonna work.
This is. Oh, I better start back.
Yep.
Is what I do.
Alright, I leave now.
Yes, you're going to solve the problem.
And they think I'm a traitor.
2B, I'm going to see if we can use those missiles back on the shore.
Yeah,
But I
Pod's
need you to
like,
destroy the
he's running
EMP
from
unit
the
on that
fight.
thing's back.
Kill them.
Otherwise, they're just going to go off course.
On.
Remember, you have a melee attack, as long as you haven't been hit,
Right, that's
and then it will swipe away the dark ones. But if you take a hit, it won't work for like a second.
right. That's always the problem I encountered.
Yeah, you get hit, and then you're like trying to use it, and it's like, no, if you get hit, dodge.
You need to recover.
You need to attack before you get hit. But yeah, it's a 360-degree attack, and you can shoot while you do it. So
Might as well. Seems to just like randomly decide that it's time to switch to 3D mode.
well, I mean,
Or not 3D mode, but
top down
yeah.
or twin stick at the very least.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's not top down; it's just top down right now. But yeah, and yes, it goes from shmup to twin stick shooter, very randomly.
Without
But
any
like,
real reason.
but it feels good.
Oh yeah, yeah,
like-
no, it's smooth. It's
Like
just,
and it's
I
just like
question why.
I think the answer is he doesn't want you to don't get bored.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Just keep it fresh. It's basically because when you're in plane mode, you feel the movement a lot more. So it's like, okay, we're transitioning to another part of the battle, plane mode. But then the fighting is actually more effective in this mode. Because like you're a much more effective fighter, so they can throw more at you when you're in this.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's like, okay, so you got ambushed by a bunch of guys, so you had to go into combat mode, and now you're in travel mode.
Yeah, because you definitely move a lot faster.
Yeah.
I guess I was
Activate
wondering about it
missile
because I'm just
controls.
like, why wouldn't you just
Prepare to launch.
try to
Missile
escape
controls
flying plane
engaged. Launch ability confirmed.
Fire!
But I guess you also have to kill the enemies before you got to the missile, or they just try to stop you.
Yeah.
didn't think this would be so hard to control.
Alert.
Pilot the
Obstacle
missile.
ahead. A
Destroy
collision at
your
this
enemy.
speed is not recommended.
Well aware, thank you.
I mean, I don't really know why I'm controlling it.
Just to give you the feeling of what 9S did.
Oh,
He
okay.
piloted the missile.
Maybe get out of the blast radius.
I mean, I
Signal
think the
lost.
blast radius was everywhere.
Yeah.
Organize
Because
a search and
the,
rescue party for the missing Yorha members
robot
at
blew up
once.
as well, so who knows what its fuel cells.
Why is the moon base always black and white?
2B. 9S.
You know,
Don't die on me.
It's always
because there's no emotion there. It's supposed to give you the feeling of
like a sterile.
robotic sterile.
The child held sway over enormous
Whereas
strength.
Earth is quite vibrant,
And sadly, he was
even
also a little
while
bit
it's
broken.
covered in robots and androids.
He spent his long days hurting those around him. He tried his best to be good and kind,
Yeah, the thing you just killed tried its best to be
but
good and
despite his
kind.
efforts,
Sure it did.
things never seemed to turn out.
I just wanted.
They told him he was unwanted.
Why was no one
They
want to be
abandoned
my
him
friend?
in the deep, dark ocean. And from the cold at the
Godzilla.
bottom of the sea, he cried out, "Mother, Mother,
Why have you
Mother.
forsaken me?
Mother." But his voice never reached his mother.
And then we killed him.
Killed him dead.
To be fair, he did eat his ship.
All right.
Oh, another one.
This is Tactical Support Unit Pod 042, assigned to 2B.
This is Tactical Support Unit Pod 153, assigned to 9S.
We pods often participate in the same battles. Exchanging our situational data would theoretically allow us to plan combat strategies in a more efficient manner. Proposal: data should be transferred regularly between Pod 042 and Pod
Did you
153.
see this interaction?
We saw a
Analysis.
very similar
This
one.
idea
Yes.
is sound.
Okay.
Proposal accepted. Missions will be organized in time for the next situational exchange.
Get a room, you two.
Right?
All right. So this is, remember, 9S disappeared at this point.
Yes.
So that is, we are now seeing it from the other side.
Find myself in a bizarre memory storage area, stretching as far as I can see. It's a maze, labyrinth, a massive, interconnected network. I've never seen anything like it. It must have been created by the machines. So then, what am I doing here? I am 9S. That's all I can remember. Large portions of my memory may have been destroyed. What if I forget everything? My memories, myself, my... Okay, calm down. Calm down, calm down, calm down. Yes, you're telling yourself to calm repeatedly. Not a good sign that you're calming down.
Ah, it's just a mantra.
Just follow the emergency manual and execute the memory recovery program. The recovery
Okay.
program begins to fill in the blanks in my memory. They drift back like missing letters, filling out a word. Bunker, 2B's plan, a colossal machine life farm, the last resort missile strike. Preservation mode was activated at the moment of the blast. It halted most of the safeties the network had in place. Alright.
Yeah. It must have been the imp.
Of course.
All right, go through the maze.
Oh, there's another one.
Get your memories back.
So it's kind of like a text-based adventure game, but not quite.
There's a part later that's more like a text adventure. Even in this. but in a good way. And it's short. It doesn't overstay its welcome like the one in the first game.
Oh my god, the first one was like 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
That was cool. It had like riddles and memory problems.
It was cool. It was just long.
Look, man, he just wants to teach you how to read.
Okay.
It's like you're doing this instead of picking up a book. So here, it's a book now. Read it. Establishing link to body. Well, I guess there's nothing else to do but do it, right? Yeah.
Surrounding memory space.
Yeah, you know.
Get my memories back. Gotcha.
It looks like machines gathered and stored a lot of info in here. It all seems pretty random at first, but on closer inspection, I learn how it's all connected.
Like a spider web.
The butler did it.
The butler.
There's
in
a
the
variety
library
of
with the
entries,
candlestick.
such as data on human history and philosophy, but what's really strange are the records of machines stored next to those. In the politics category are records of the machine's own governmental endeavors. They'd tried all sorts of things. Absolute monarchies, republics, democracies. And that wasn't all. They also engaged in other scholarly pursuits such as philosophy, mathematics, science, and social criticism.
This is extensive.
It's like the network was copying every possible human behavior and discipline. Almost as if... Because remember, Adam wants to be so human.
Yes.
So that's probably Adam we're hearing about.
Yeah, and then Adam wants to die. Or not die, but to
He wants to experience the fear of death.
Yeah.
Which drives humans forward. So I dive deeper into the records. I can find no indication of the machines creating new cultures or values. They can only imitate human behavior. The strange thing is, if a unit fails, it fails in exactly the same way the next time. For example, if a machine forms a dictatorship that eventually collapses, it won't try a new type of government, it just forms a new dictatorship.
But then how do they try all the other ones?
Different machines try different things. Or if it plants a crop and they die, it just tries planting the crops in the same place again.
Okay.
And again. And again. And again. They keep performing the same behaviors. They don't ever learn.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of hinted at several times throughout the story.
When it comes to combat, the machines show overwhelming adaptive behavior and evolutionary speed.
Okay.
So why did they insist on imitating humanity? And more specifically, why did they imitate their failures? It's almost as if the objective is failure itself. I sense a change in the data, some kind of movement. I hone my perception and hold my breath. I hear something, a distant voice. I am now all androids. There's something there, something clearly intelligent.
So did you ever play Adventure 64?
Do you mean Quest 64?
Maybe?
The one that wasn't finished?
Yeah!
Yeah. I never beat it.
I did.
I know that it wasn't finished.
That was a jarring situation to walk into. Like, you're playing the game, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, I beat this boss, now to go to the next area because the story's not done. And then you're in an endless hallway of platforms that are floating in space, and you see books on pedestals, and you walk up and you read it, and you go, that's weird. And then you finish the first book, and you find a series of more books. And I went, I don't know how long this goes on for. I'm going to stop.
So an announcement to all androids. The words shimmer into focus. The voice grows clear in my mind. It is Adam, a machine made in the image of a man. which is a big no-no in Dune.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently in the past in Dune, humans made machines that... They made AI, and it almost wiped out all of humanity. So
As you do.
they created a religion that, like, its number one commandment is thou shalt not create a machine to mimic man.
Yeah.
And like they have and they trained these people called mentats who can use their brains as good as any computer, even faster than any computer, and just calculate and almost guess the future if they have enough data.
That's insane.
Yeah. Dune's a really cool book.
I may get to it eventually.
Yeah. We machine life forms have evolved. We made war, learned, grew, and gained new consciousness. Indeed, as if a new form of existence has been born.
Lies.
Lies! Nothing but lies from mere machines. I shall smite them
laughs.
with my android powers.
And yet you androids claim to be alive, however very odd. You're puppets who lack even your own free will.
No, you're wrong.
So are they having a communication now?
I think they're talking now, yes. Because remember, Adam has 9S.
Oh, yes, that's right.
When you find him.
Yes, that's right.
So I think he's he's connected to him now.
He's on the network.
Yeah. So his words flow through me as if they were poured into my ear.
How am I wrong, boy?
I'm weird, super cool. Like, we're way hotter than you.
Perhaps you have a will after all. Perhaps you have desires. Now you see, boy, the true meaning of life is hatred.
Of course. You're wrong, I mean. You're wrong.
That would be the best if I just reacted that way.
Of course. Really.
A vile hatred slumbers in the depths of your heart.
You're wrong.
The more you try to hide it, the more the darkness grows.
Wrong.
Wrong.
Wrong. Yeah.
I guess I chose the correct path.
Yeah, I don't think it's really a maze.
Nope.
Like, the dead ends are really obvious, and it's just a straight line. Because a maze is, like, the least fun gameplay, and they understand it, so they make it look like a maze.
Yeah.
But you're really just in a text adventure.
Yes. They disguise their text-based adventure game. All who live are slaves to desire. Such internal appetites are what gives our life meaning. Some seek beauty, others serenity. For me, hatred is the...
I'm not like that.
Oh, yes, you are. You do not trust anything. You want to destroy everything.
I mean...
You have lost hope in everything. What's making the typing noise?
Typing in the spaces.
Oh. You want to obtain everything. What is this, like, Messenger back in the 80s?
Yeah, like, this is just Notepad. He opened up Notepad and he's hitting enter and then space.
Yeah.
To go
Well, I
over.
mean, you watched The Matrix when Neo's talking on the computer at the beginning, and it's not like something you send, it's actually just typing, and the other person's also typing at the same time.
Oh, yeah. Old school, where you could see people's fuck-ups.
Yeah, exactly.
You're thinking too much about what you want
to... How much you want to fuck TV, aren't you?
Yeah.
Do androids have sex?
I don't know.
Reality stained by lies.
The Terminator had all the proper equipment.
Was that the second or third one they talk about that?
Would have been the second one. I think it's when she's patching him up.
Oh, okay.
He's got his clothes off.
He's got his clothes off in most of the movies.
Well, yeah, I mean, he shows up naked because for some reason... The time machine can only send living flesh, but it'll send anything encased in living flesh.
Which is weird.
Which is, yeah, it's a super weird distinction.
Otherwise, they would just send back a skin suit
Yeah,
that would just
just-
fall to the ground.
I like to think that was like the first few tries. It's like, oh, it didn't work.
People are just discovering hollow skin suits.
Yeah. Now here's the real problem. It's like, okay, kill John Connor. That's silly. Why not send back a machine that can build Skynet 50 years earlier?
Yeah, that's an option.
Why not do why not just kill everything? Why even bother with John Connor, right? Just start killing back then.
I guess the problem therein lies, though, that it would stop Skynet from ever being created.
Well, that's why I say send back one.
Yeah.
That can make the chips and recreate more of itself.
The funny thing about the Terminator movies is that the first movie happens, and then the second movie kind of fucks the first movie over because they're basically like, if you had gone back in time and killed John Connor, he never would have gotten the chip to deliver to the location, or what was it? Skynet gets created because of something.
Cyberdyne Systems came from the company that owned the pneumatic crusher that the first Terminator was crushed in.
Yes.
And she left, but they found the arm and the broken chip in the head. It didn't work,
exactly.
but they reverse engineered it. So you just
always
won the
wearing
boss
glasses?
fight. Yes. Okay, I think so. But yeah, you just won the boss fight.
Cool.
That was happening while he was fighting.
Oh, I assumed, yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's
dark.
having a chat with you
So cool.
about how your dick's all hard.
Which is weird, because he was talking to me in the network, but at this point he's supposed to be disconnected from the network.
9S!
He disconnects himself like halfway through the fight.
Oh.
So I think it's just skipping ahead, essentially. It's like nothing else important happens.
2B.
He also injures 9S.
Come on.
Or 9S.
Well, no,
was
9S was
Let's go
impaled
home.
in the wall,
right.
and he fell down after the fight. So what we learn here is Adam really likes Legos.
Yeah. That fall apart when he dies.
Yes.